Good morning, beautiful souls. Happy Monday. How was your weekend? So there was a lot of energy built up to the weekend. And I really felt like it was going to be something big. And there were awarenesses that came to at least me. I hope they did to you as well. That seemed pretty profound. And one of them is this awareness now that we're in this new moon phase. The new moon was yesterday, and it's always, I felt it. Oh my gosh, I went through this whole array of emotional kind of, ups and downs, from sadness to anger to depression to, joy to power. I mean, I went through, like, you name it, I went through it. And I kind of came out on the other side with a little bit more clarity about myself. And I think that's what this full moon is all about, going in deep, not just to the pretty parts, but to the difficult parts. And to find out what lessons that we, still need to learn. And I have been working on, like a wound from my childhood. It seems like forever. And I still saw that it was in me, like it was still in the threads, in the filaments within my body. And I worked with a couple of people over the weekend that's one of the things that we kind of dove into, was how we kind of store it in the threads of our DNA. So don't give up. Stay focused. If your weekend wasn't transformational, set that intention and move forward this week. And know that we're all the same, like we're all going through the same thing, and we all have different versions of this story that we're playing out here. And I've also heard, I don't know if you know who Ann Tucker is, but she does channeling, and on her Friday channeling, she said something that really stuck with me, and that is this time at the new moon until the end of the crescenting phase. Meaning that when it's no longer a crescent move, it's over. But during that time period, that if we've been doing the work and we're ready to up level, we're ready to move out of some aspect of ourselves, like me and my wounding from my child, feeling, unheard and unloved and all that, that we can transmute that. So I'm very excited to dive into the cards to find out what kind of energy is here, and what kind of information it can give us to help us transmute over this next 2-week period. I really felt drawn to the earthly souls and spirits. So as always, we've cleared the deck. I've brought in angels, ancestors, spirit guides, lovers of light, and keepers of the faith, that we are here for purpose. So I'm asking now, what is it that we most need to know right now? At this time, like what is ready to be seen? Okay, so the first time, confidence. Yeah. So what is confidence? Confidence is an awareness of a knowing, right? So that's another thing that, I love Jeffrey Allen, and I watched from Amrit. He did an interview with Jeffrey Allen over the weekend. And I loved what Jeffrey said. And it was like really eye-opening that, we just need to relax. We need to just be ourselves, be confident. And when you have trust and confidence that you are moving forward, and look at this, I love this. This is the deck's, the box. It's on the front of the box. So it's all about having the confidence to move forward, to know, as you can see here. I'm going to sneeze just a moment. It's really funny. I've been sneezing a lot at the worst possible time, so I did mute it while I sneezed. But as you can see here, it's almost like she has antennas. And, cats are very aware energetically, right? Cats have been part of goddess and God energy for a very long time. And I think that there's this beautiful awareness that they have. But it looks like she's really, like she's sitting on a mound surrounding by this ancient wisdom, tapping into something that is being downloaded, and to have the confidence to be able to receive that and to know that it's a gift for you, for whatever it is that you're doing. So let's find out more. So Blossom, I don't think I've ever got this card out. So the first thing that I'm noticing is like the older person and the youth. And what does it mean to really help the younger generation kind of rise in and be the catalyst, or I mean, it's funny, right? Because I think the younger generation is definitely more tuned in than we are on many different levels, but there's a wisdom that we have. So don't underestimate the wisdom, if you're older, that you have, that you can pass on to this other generation. But there's something about the blossoming of not just your wisdom, but the wisdom of a younger generation. I'll go to the guidebook at the end to see if we need more. So let's ask for what, I think there's one more card for us today. I felt very drawn to bring out all this purple energy. And then after I did, and I saw the box, which is this color, it's all about the purple, which is the crown chakra, and bringing in higher awareness. And I think there's a lot of downloads that are coming right now. And that's what, you know, we're looking at. So again, nature. So I think that this card is coming out to tell us to go into nature, that there's a quietness. It's very noisy in nature when you're listening, but there's a quiet knowing, and also what I feel like a guidance and a support system on some level. So like it's almost like I feel like when you're really frazzled, it's like nature knows that all you need to do is take off your shoes and ground in, and they like send up this energetic pulse, which is always there, but I feel like in some level that it really comes to you. Now, white light, again, these are cards I've never gotten out before. And look at this white light, something. And it's interesting that it's under this crystal, it's under a crystal dome, which is kind of leading me to think that there's something that's coming in that we can encompass within ourselves. I mean, I do meditations where I bring in the white light into my crown chakra and allow it to illuminate all the way down to my root. And then I go down into the root and bring up that crystalline energy from Mother Earth. So the white light to me is a very divine, almost like a channel, in a sense of a channeling, but a vessel, a way, like a groove within your system that allows things to filter down in through them that maybe you hadn't seen before. And lastly, isn't this interesting? So we also have light. So, and another cat here that's represented really well. I've never got these three cards. So blossoming into this moment of confidence and asking us to tap into nature. But there's some aspect of this light, and that's what I'm going to look at. I'm going to look at light, which is cleansing is what it says. Yeah, so perhaps there is some sort of cleansing going on. I never thought of it that way, about the light that was coming down from the top of my head possibly being cleansing, although I do use it in that way, like to open up the chakras and to help release anything that I no longer need. But when I do that, I allow the space to fill up with white light energy. So what it says here is some things are better dealt within the cleansing light of transparency and openness rather than in the darkness of secrecy. So yeah, I mean, we all know that things are illuminated, and maybe that's exactly what's going to happen is that what's going to come to light as this week unfolds might be something that that is unexpected, because in the darkness of this new moon, it's asking us to look at the things that perhaps we've kept hidden. So this could either be on a global scale, or it can be on a scale where you know, it's personal, right? Very personal. Some things that you've kept hidden, maybe with the awareness that they're hidden or without. So transform and retreat to the weightless euphoria of tranquility. Wow, I love that. I would love that to go into some beautiful, tranquil space. That's what I've been asking for all weekend, which is what's really interesting. The powerful glowing energy will drift down and envelop you in a cozy blanket. Allow secure feelings and relaxing thoughts to radiate through your entire body. Your moon meditation will inspire you while lifting you into lightness. So this is what this one is, asking you to kind of go in and sit with the stillness and illuminate something that is, you know, deeply held within you. And then the white light is about protection. Wow. Block out all negative energy and just allow love in. I love that, because sometimes when we're clearing, we're going into energies and we're releasing, we can feel vulnerable, especially when we're going through these emotional healings, is that we can feel somewhat vulnerable. So I'm going to read a little bit here. It says, summon your guides, your angels, and your archangels to surround you while coming to your aid. Envision yourself encompassed by this white light. Breathe it in fully and fill yourself with its protective energy. Breathe out and release all negativity and lower energies. Ask that the white light purify and cleanse your mind, body, and soul, and thank the divine light, angels, and guide. I love that. I think that's a great way to leave this reading today, is to go in, ask for the protection, the healing energy, the cleansing. As we bring that white light in, it may illuminate things, that kind of shadow elements that need to be illuminated, because we can't release it if we're unaware of it. Or at least, you know, we don't have to dive into it, figure everything out about it, but we can let it go. So thank you so much for being here at the Art of the Oracle. If you're new to the channel, I hope you'll consider hitting that subscribe button and give it a thumbs up if you like what the cards have to say. I am collecting data. I really, literally, I haven't had any questions yet. So I've been asking for the last couple of weeks, does anybody have a question? So maybe everybody has everything that they need to know, or they haven't, or they don't know a question, but everything is welcome. So yeah, just if you have a question that's been, you know, tapping on your, you know, shoulder, please leave it in the comments and we'll see if we can't get it answered through the oracles. And until then, have an amazing day. Bye now.